dominance duo. What a team. Alicia, Shell, $30,000. Both of you exceptional in your cash build rounds. Very quickly through your sets. Very confidently approach. That augurs well for the final chase. It's about teamwork now. During the break, the show flying in between two sets of questions. Set A will be for the challengers. Set B for the beast. As there are two of you there, you get a two-step head start. So Alicia, Shell, best of luck. Hands on buzzers. And your time starts now. A detailed description is referred to as blow by what?
Blow.
Blow.
Correct. The US state of Alaska shares a land border with which country?
Canada.
Canada.
Correct. What is surgically removed in a thrombectomy?
Thrombosis.
A blood clot. What nationality was the author of Heidi Johannespiri?
Swiss.
Shell. Swiss.
Correct. On which continent did the dish butter chicken originate?
North America.
India.
Asia.
Yeah.
Which music legend was singer June Carter's third husband?
Johnny Cash.
Shell. Pass.
Johnny Cash. What is the two-letter chemical symbol for iridium?
IR.
Shell. IR.
Correct. A lithograph work by artist M.C. Escher is ascending and what?
Shell.
Descending.
Descending.
Correct. Which film franchise features the characters Mudflap and Skids?
Shell. Pass.
Transformers. Gerald Ford became US president as a result of which scandal?
Watergate.
Alicia. Watergate.
Correct. On which Balkan country is Podgorica, the capital city?
Shell.
Croatia.
Montenegro.
Yeah.
A common equestrian phrase is no hoof, no what?
Horse.
Shell. Pass.
Horse. On which social media site was Candy Crush Saga first launched?
Shell. Facebook.
Correct. Josh Gad was an original star of Broadway's The Book of What?
Shell.
Mormon.
Correct. Which fictional detective famously retired to beekeeping?
Alicia.
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct. A skinny cappuccino is typically made with
Alicia.
skimmed
Milk.
Correct. To be in disfavour is to be in what canine domicile?
Doghouse.
Shell. Doghouse.
Correct. The island of Utila is part of which Central American country?
Shell. Mexico.
Honduras. Which chess piece is commonly shaped like a horse's head?
Night.
The night.
Correct. The operetta Ruddigore was written by which famous duo?
Gilbert and Sullivan.
Shell. Pass.
Gilbert and Sullivan. What is a common three-letter diminutive of the name Samuel?
Alicia.
Sam.
Correct. The 60s thriller Wait Until Dark stars Audrey who?
Hepburn.
Hepburn.
Correct. Of which archduchy was Maria Theresa the only female ruler? Oh, that'd be Austria. Team. Really great effort for two players, I think. 16 steps, 3 pushbacks. What a dominance
Could have
duo.
been a lot better.
Good stuff, hey Beastie.
Not enough.
Look, he might think he's out in front right now. Few pushbacks though, you'll catch him in the straight. Alright, final chase after these news headlines.
Andrew next. A woman hides her face after being charged over a schoolgirl hit run. A motorcyclist dead and families terrorised in a gang rampage. The hunt for a thug who bashed a woman on a popular walking track. Our most dangerous train stations revealed. Gary Ablett's triumphant return to Geelong. Dreamworld under fire for hitting a tiger. A little girl reunited with her stolen puppy. A nasty fall for a midnight oil star. The Jetsons come true. NASA and Uber team up to create flying cars. Usain Bolt's gold shoe glamour at Oaks Day.
And I'm at Flemington, and there's even warmer weather on the way. Details at 6.
This news update brought to you by Apia Insurance. Rewarding experience.
Thanks to the newsroom for that. Well, Beastie, you act as if it's going to be easy. I mean, 16 steps is not an insurmountable challenge for you by any means, but you push that out to 18, 19, we're certainly in an extremely competitive zone. Are you good to go?
Yes.
It's time for the final chase. Good luck, dominance duo. Good luck, beast. Your time starts now. How many brake pedals does a standard car have?
1.
Correct. The term wexting is a blend of walk and what other words?
Texting.
Correct. The Middle Eastern country of Yemen has a coastline on which ocean?
Indian.
Indian.
Correct. To which pastime does the word piscatorial refer?
Fishing.
Correct. Under a Blood Red Sky is a live album by which Irish rock
U2.
band? Correct. Which fantasy book series features the caterwauling charm?
Oh, Harry Potter.
Correct. In which sport did Neil Harvey captain an Australian test team?
Cricket.
Correct. Eric the Red led the first settlement of which island?
Britain.
Greenland.
Correct. Neuroplasticity occurs within which major human organ?
Brain.
Correct. To which continent are lovebirds native?
Africa.
An Ulster fry is traditionally eaten at what meal?
Breakfast.
Correct. In which European country is Cork Airport?
Ireland.
Correct. 52 Pickup is a crime novel by Elmore who?
Gantry.
Got that clock.
James, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gantry? Gary James.
52 Pickup is a crime novel by Elmore.
Elmore J. Hubbard.
Oh.
Getting too mixed up there, team. Elmore Leonard, as opposed to L. Ron Hubbard. Yes, that's the one. All right.
Bad.
4 required. Beast, your time restarts. Now, which James Bond actor stars in The Hunt for Red October?
George Connery, yeah.
Which US state is due north of Hawaii?
Alaska.
Yeah.
Correct. Colloquially, hard work is blood, what, and tears?
Sweat.
Sweat.
Correct. In which country was the supermodel Christy Turlington born?
UK.
USA.
Rats. Well, listen, unfortunately, he only gave you just that one opportunity to push back. He was just on fire today, I'm afraid. Yeah. Shell, Alicia, I've sorry got to say goodbye to that $30,000, but Beast, 46 on the clock ultimately.
Well, I'm not quite as unbeatable as Winks, but I'm pretty close when I'm on my form.
All right, thanks for being with us, everyone. Have a terrific evening. Look forward to seeing you next time on The Chase Australia.
Tonight, a driver charged over the hit run that left a schoolgirl fighting for life. A motorcyclist dead and families terrorised in a frightening gang rampage. A woman picked out and bashed at random on a popular walking track. First on 7, the exclusive list of Melbourne's most dangerous railway stations. A little girl reunited with her best friend after thieves return a puppy. And Priscilla Presley wins fans at Flemington as Gay takes out her first Oaks.
Live from our Melbourne headquarters, this is 7 News with Peter Mitchell.
Good evening. A 41-year-old woman from Sunshine North has been charged over a hit run that left a teenage girl fighting for life. Charnel Vella is outside the Magistrates Court. And Charnel, when will she appear?
Good evening, Mitch. Teen Nguyen handed herself into her lawyer's office around 11 o'clock this morning. She then spent several hours being interviewed by police before she was bailed from police headquarters to appear here at Melbourne Magistrates Court on Monday morning. But when she left police headquarters, there were some chaotic scenes. Now, that's because she was determined not to be photographed and left with a jacket over her head. She was unable to see and ran around in circles for several minutes until a police officer eventually led her to a waiting car. But when she appears here on Monday, she will not be able to hide her identity when she faces a magistrate and faces 5 charges, including dangerous driving and failure to stop.
She knew that we were going to name her. She knew that we were going to put her face out there, and she knew that eventually we were going to come knocking on the door.
And Charnel, how is the teenage girl?
Mitch, little Alice Lewis remains in the Royal Children's Hospital tonight. She is in an induced coma. Now, while she has shown some signs of improvement, police say she still has a long way to go in her recovery. Thanks,
Charnel. A motorcyclist mowed down by thieves in a stolen car has died in hospital. Police are tonight hunting 4 young men over the deadly hit run and a string of other violent crimes in Melbourne's east.
The motorcyclist had just finished work and was close to home when he was run down at this intersection by the driver of a stolen BMW.
The motorbike was on fire, the driver was on fire.
The 33-year-old sheet metal worker was dragged under the car for 80 metres. The friction of his bike on the road caused it to catch fire, leaving the victim with burns to 50% of his body. He passed away in the Alfred Hospital this afternoon.
There were people emptying buckets of water onto the motorbike and him, so it was quite upsetting to watch.
But the 4 young men in the BMW were just getting started. They sped away from the scene on Glenburnie Road and Orient Avenue around 4:15, dumping the car on Eastlink at Scoresby. At 4:30, they terrorised residents along Hayter Place, stealing another car. It was found burnt out on Brundred Road in Narre Warren North at 1 a.m. This vision shows them dumping the Toyota Camry, torching it and then making their escape in a separate car.
At this stage, we believe that they're hidden somewhere in Melbourne, and we need the information from the public about where they may be.
The stolen Camry belonged to Karen and John. Security cameras caught the four men making their approach. They ripped open the front door, ran through the home and stole car keys, while the couple's daughter was alone inside. Moments later, the white Camry disappeared up the road.
My wife came in and she just screamed at me to get inside.
At the other end of the street, they jumped Michael Chen's fence and threatened him.
He was yelling at me, yeah. He was telling me to come outside and fight him.
He stayed inside, so the crooks turned their attention to his neighbour Sue, who was home with her daughter.
Because I was just holding on to that door and they were screaming and kicking, trying to break it down. I was screaming back up there, get out of my house, get out of my house.
Sue's got bruising on her hands from the force of the door being kicked. Husband Gary sums up her actions perfectly.
Her motherly instinct, I think, came on, and she just wanted to protect, the house and the kids.
While it's admirable, police say parents like Sue and Gary shouldn't have to put up with this sort of violent behaviour.
It's like they're playing a video game, and unfortunately, this is a real life game. And what happens is people get hurt, and what happens is people go to jail, and that's going to be the result of this.
Live now to Michael Scanlon. And Michael, is there a description of the four men?
Mitch, well, we did get a very good look at these young men thanks to some security cameras that were in the area where they were offending. You can see from this vision that they are very young. Police would estimate that they are no older than 18 or 19. They were all wearing hooded jumpers and appear to be Caucasian. So at this stage in the police investigation, any small piece of information can help. Whether it be you recognise a piece of their clothing or the way they run, you should come forward and speak with police straight away before they offend again. Mitch.
Thanks, Michael. A nurse has been viciously bashed as she jogged through a park in Burwood. Dean Felton is there this evening, and Dean, this was a brutal attack.
Mitch, this incident was as dangerous and as frightening as it was random. 51-year-old nurse Claire Derrick was jogging along the Gardeners Creek Trail here in Burwood, just as she's done for many years on Sunday afternoon. She passed a man walking in the opposite direction. He turned around, chased her down, tackled her to the ground and began punching her repeatedly in the head and scratching at her eyes. This went on for a full minute. Fortunately, a couple passing by saw the incident, came to Claire's aid, chased the man away, and she believes, very probably, saved her life.
My thought was he just wanted to bash me. He didn't want anything else. He didn't ask for anything. He just wanted to hurt someone. It was just so violent and random that the next person he gets may not be as lucky as me.
And Dean, who are police hunting?
Well, Mitch, this is the man that police want to speak to. He's described as being of Southern European appearance, aged 25 to 35, 188 centimetres, that's about 6'2", with short dark hair and a muscular build. And of course, anyone who thinks they may know who that man is should call Crime Stoppers.
Thank you, Dean. Flinders Street and Southern Cross are the most dangerous train stations in Melbourne, but many suburban stations are also unsafe, with 3 in Melbourne's southeast among the 10 worst for crime.
Opposition leader Matthew Guy says crime is rising at an alarming rate on our rail stations.
Our public transport system is less safe than it was 2 years ago, and those figures don't lie.
In the June quarter this year, station crime hit a record high of 1,840 incidents, up 13% in a year. Each week there's an average of 139 crimes, up 35% over 2 years.
It's just another example that crime's out of control in Victoria.
The government hit back, saying it's training more police and protective services officers.
We're not going to take lectures on tackling crime from Matthew Guy, someone who eats lobsters with alleged lobsters.
In the June quarter, Flinders Street and Southern Cross had the most crime, then Dandenong, Ringwood, Frankston and Sunshine, followed by Werribee, North Melbourne, Richmond and Caulfield. And not all crime is after 6 p.m. 47% happens before protective services officers clock on for work.
PSOs now need to have their hours reviewed, whether we need to have them on stations longer.
And the latest report by the Australian Bureau of Statistics shows that 1 in 7 women are fearful of travelling on public transport at night. The Premier says that's shameful, but that extra officers will help make the public feel safe.
We will have more and more police exactly where they're needed most.
The